Hello everyone, it's DAMM time. I'm starting a couple minutes late. I was uploading something and just wouldn't finish uploading, so I was waiting for that to finish. Anyway, so let's get started with our mandala for the day. And today I actually want to do another one on black. If any of you saw the last one I did on a black piece of paper, I just felt like doing it again today, something different. And I'm just looking out my front window and I just saw my cat like jump up after a bird that flew up. She didn't make that much effort though. Anyway, slight distraction. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? All right, so I'm going to just put my dot in the middle there. We'll start off with that. And I'm gonna make some, let's see, just some like medium size petals going around. Just like a normal flower petals kind of thing. And then let's take and let's make kind of a, now I'm going just a little bit different. I'm gonna, instead of going from the center of these petals, hey Sandy, I'm going just from the outside edge, like this. And then, so when we turn it, we can, let's see, do I wanna overlap them? Here, I do it up here, there, there, there. Yeah, let's go ahead and overlap them just for fun. Because I can start and go here, but since there's not that many. So let's start on the inside of this one, and we'll make another little leaf shape. And so it's just kind of overlapping a little bit in the middle there. And that just kind of gives it a little extra interest. You have a little extra shape going on there. And again, remember to be turning your paper as you're drawing, just to help your wrist and your tendons and not strain those. And hey, Jeffrey, and to to make your lines look better. Looks like a columbine. Think that I'm not knowing what that is, other than columbine. Let's see. All right. And also paying attention to our line work, so we can keep our mandala very intentional and mindful, and stick to the purpose of why we're doing this. So remember, just we start our line, draw our line, and stop. Start our line, draw our line, and stop. Or you can, just pause. So draw line, pause, start, draw, stop. If you have, just a bend in it. Just as long as we're paying attention to those points and not going through the shapes in a big rush and without, thinking them through. Oh, is it a type of flower? A columbine? I'm not a big gardener. I don't know those things. Let's see, I know, tulips and daisies and obviously roses. Let's see. Let's take a shape, an unattached shape. So starting from kind of in the center of these shapes here, we're gonna make just kind of a leaf shape going up and around. Hello, Mark. Nice to have you here. And okay, so just in between each one of these, we're just gonna make this kind of leaf shape coming up around. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Sandy, do. I would like to see that. And yeah, you have a great weekend. Okay, so keeping turning, making sure we're paying attention to our line work, trying not to let our minds wander and drift off and be distracted, staying very mindful of the task, of our lines, of our shapes that we're making. Let's see, let's go ahead and make another one of those little shapes here, just smaller, and we're gonna just tack it right onto the end of this shape. Just like that. And if you are making this, obviously I should have stated this in the beginning, but I'm doing this gel pen, the white gel pen on the black paper, but other than that, it's just a basic mandala. You can do it, with your pen on regular paper. There's no difference at all. This is just for fun. And I can, post what these things are that I have if anybody wants. I have the whole list of all the different tools and stuff that I use, with links and stuff. If anybody wants those, you can use the same type of tools that I do. Or you can just grab a ballpoint pen and a piece of newspaper. That works just as well. I've done them on newspaper too, to show you that they actually look really cool, drawing mandalas on newspaper. Okay, let's see, what are we gonna do now? Let's continue the sort of detached shape. So we're gonna kind of make a shape from going in between these 2 points here. So over the top of this tiny one, I'm just gonna kind of make a little shape like that, kind of like my chubby triangle. It's just not attached to anything. And then let's make ourselves a guide up here. We're going to take the end of those and we're going to draw up to get kind of almost like a little chevron shape there. So again, if it helps to give yourself little points for guides, go ahead and do that. But also feel free to just kind of freehand everything in. Since we are not trying to be perfect, our aim is to not make high art or anything like that. Our aim is to have a mindful, meditative experience. Hey, Linda. And so we're not worried about being perfect. In fact, these mandalas are great for kind of overcoming perfectionism. I'm a big perfectionist, and I've gotten so much better in the years of doing mandalas in being able to just let go and not have everything perfect. Which is why I recommend making your mandalas, your mindful mandalas, with pen and not pencil. Because when we use pencil, every little like crooked line or off-center thing that we make, we want to erase it. And so we'll spend most of our time evaluating negatively, usually, our work and erasing like mad people. And that is definitely not mindful. So working with a pen, it is what it is. You've put the mark down. There's nothing you can do about it. You just let it go and move on. And it's actually very nice and very freeing. It's hard at first, it really is. But over time, you'll learn that it feels good and it's not a big deal to do that. And also, when you've finished your mandala, you honestly don't even see most of those little mistakes. If it's like, you have a completely lopsided mandala, of course you'll see that. But, still, like I said, we're not trying to make high art or anything. And it's kind of the charm of them, I think, is the little quirks and stuff that come out of doing them freehand. Okay, let's make, I want to make a teardrop shape coming from these. One thing about doing it on these little black cards is you have limited space. So you just fit in what you can fit in and then decide it's done. well, decide the skeleton of it's done, then you can go back and fill in and decorate and put all the cool stuff inside. Let's see, what should we put on next? Let's make, you know what, let's make some shapes. We'll go down following this line and maybe following that line, and then we'll come up. So it can start to look confusing, but remember, all we're doing is we're following lines that are already there. So we're following the outside of this shape. So you see it's just that double line, and then we're following that shape, and then we'll just join those together. So it's really just like, you know, I explain in all the different shapes that we're doing, and having the completed mandala, it looks complicated and it looks like there's so much, but really all we're doing is we're just repeating shapes and repeating simple lines over and over to, you know, end up with a beautiful, you know, sometimes very complex looking mandala. And which is why I always say that there's no drawing skills needed. And again, we'll follow those lines and then join them. There we go. Is this making sense to everybody? Hello, Billy. It's nice to have you on. So who all is making a mandala with me today? Is everybody just watching today? Remember, I always save these on my wall, and I save them in an album in my photos called DAMM videos. And I also upload them to my YouTube if you like to watch things on YouTube. They're all in a playlist on my YouTube. And so you can go back at any time and choose one at random or whatever to draw. Or, I mean, especially once you've done a few of them, you don't need my guidance anymore. You can just kind of go on your own, just grab a pen and paper and make your own freehand mandala. That actually ends up looking really cool, doesn't it? I like that a lot. From your patio, awesome. Getting out there now before the mosquitoes start to come out in force. All right, let's see. What should we do next? I think I'm just going to end off the outside by just making like a little circle inside of each of these, and then we'll go and put some decoration in. Thanks, Mark. It always helps too, having this white on black. You can make almost any old mandala on here and it looks cool because it's the white ink on the black. Also looks really good to just use all different kinds of paper too. I have some like decorator paper that's, it looks like watercolor backgrounds. It's really pretty. And some of them are dark, you can use white on, and some of them are lighter, you can use black or other color pens on, but it looks really pretty putting it over that kind of watercolor wash background. Okay, let's see. Wait, time check. Okay, got a few more minutes. What are we gonna do on the inside here? Now that I'm looking at this center, it almost looks like a poinsettia or something to me. It isn't that difficult, really. It just takes like doing it a few times until you kind of, get a little bit of muscle memory in, and then it becomes easier. All right, so I'm not thrilled about my sort of poinsettia looking thing here, a little bit too Christmassy for some reason. So let's do something with that. Let's make those into leaves, shall we? So I'm gonna put our line up the middle and then just make little lines for the veins of the leaves. And those of you who watch my videos before, you know that this is one of my favorite designs to do anyway, is the leaf. I love my organic, kind of botanical mandalas for sure. There we go. I have leaves all around. And in these also, I'm doing the same type of line. So I'm still doing a start, a draw, but instead of having a stop point, so, you know, start, draw, stop, I'm doing start, draw, lift. And so when I lift up my pin, you get that kind of just, you know, tapered edge there that makes it look very natural and organic. Hello, Anna. You go by Anna or Anna Maria? Let's see. We'll do our last one here. And then what shall we do? I'm going to put just a little, also a little line inside of our petals here, just to give those like kind of a flower petal look. And one thing about these gel pens is they have a much thicker line, so you can't get like too fine of details in your mandalas when you're drawing with these, but that's okay. All right, let's see. I'm going to, this needs some fill. I'm going to put in just some little dots, just on the outside or in between the leaf shape and this larger kind of oval shape here, just to add a little interest in that. There we go. And let's see. I'm going to make just a line and a dot down in these. And that's just kind of a random, like, decorative element. I just like it because it gives a little bit more visual interest than just putting a line all the way down. But it still keeps it simple and it's good for smaller spaces. Hello, Starla. All right, let's see. What should we do next? I just have about 4 more minutes. So let's see what else we can do. I think in these shapes, what should I do? Let's actually let's start at the bottom here of it and just make the same shape, just smaller. So we're kind of doing a double shape, but not right in the middle. We're starting at the bottom of the shape and bringing it up. Go. And let's see, we can put something on top of that. What should we put on top of that? Still keeping mindful of my lines and my shapes I'm drawing. And, you know what I wanted to do? Let's do kind of like an inverted little triangle there. Let's see, if we start from the bottom, we're almost going to be making a triangle, but just have the lines kind of go in a little bit. So it almost looks like, you know, the 1/2 of a diamond or something. There we go. Let's see. We could also go and make some lines bolder, you know, which is always nice. Like if we go and trace around our petal shapes, since they're kind of getting lost a little bit in there, just make those lines a little bit bolder, and so that will kind of help it pop out from the center a little bit. Yeah? And then maybe these. They also seem to be kind of getting lost. Let's see. You know what, I'm going to fill in these shapes. I just feel like I always like to have some areas that are bolder lines, some areas that are filled in. I just feel like it adds some weight to the mandala, gives it a little feeling of being like, just grounded and solid. And I like that, having that in mandalas, so they don't seem so just kind of, lightweight and not as impactful or important or something, if you want to think about it that way. But really, it just adds some like boldness and contrast. Let's see. And I'm going to also put just a little line going up in these. Little interest there. And I think that's about all I have time for. I need to run off. And but yeah, I mean, many more things you can continue to do, filling in these, adding some, design elements up in here, putting, things even just around the border. Like I like to add kind of, little extras outside to the border just to make it seem, a little bit extra. But yeah, anyway, thank you everybody for hanging out with me today and drawing or just watching. And those of you who are watching on replay, drawing a mandala too. And if you do, I would love to see them. Post them in the comments or tag me if you post them on your wall. And again, please share these videos. I would love to just reach as many people as possible in just kind of, showing them how to use mandalas to kind of be mindful and have a little bit of meditation time and downtime. Or even just if they just want to watch. It's also very relaxing just to watch, drawing videos. So anyway, that's it. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing weekend. I will likely, be here tomorrow. The weekends, sometimes I do mornings, sometimes I do afternoons, but I usually, will post a reminder beforehand. So anyway, that's it. Thank you again. I will chat with you later, and you are very welcome, Mark and Billy. And yeah, bye everybody. Mwah. See you.